Riposate vi pregio vi notti, tornerete a far persone pazze, tornerete a scherzare e ballar, a scherzare e ballar. E il caffè, cioccolata, gazzellina al giudizio, sorbetti, goffretti, algerina al giudizio, troppo dolce comincia la scena, in amaro potria terminarsi, in amaro potria terminar, se col vuole brillante termina. Sua bontà la briccona fa festa, se per cara già nota Sandrina, capur che ti cada la testa. Ma sento mi passa l'oletto, brutto, si passa. Ma sento mi passa l'oletto, si passa. La briccona fa festa, cervello all'opera. Si fa questa frase. Tu capur che ti cada la testa, ma sento mi passa l'oletto, qui bisogna cervello all'opera. Cervello all'opera. Tu capur che ti passa l'oletto, la briccona bisogna cervello all'opera. Cervello all'opera. Bisogna cervello all'opera. Venite pur avanti, vezzose mascherette, è aperto a tutti quanti, viva la libertà, siamo entrati avanti segni di generosità, è aperto a tutti, siamo entrati tutti quanti segni di generosità, viva, viva la libertà. Ai ballerini, perfect. Da bravi via ballate. Va bene in verità, vada al masetto, non pari poveretto, poveretto, il tuo compagno sono, ma se Zerlina, c'è pur fa. No, ballar non voglio, e balla, amico mio, no, sì. Nasce una buina, veneva da se stesso, nell'accio se ne va. Soccorriamo l'innocente, Azzellina, Azzellina, da quell'ato, ecco il birro, feta offesa, ma da me la mari qua, mari di ma cosa fate? Voi sperate, lei io crede con tal frode, con tal frode, di nasconde l'impietà, con l'Elvira, con Ottavio, sì signore, credete, traditore, tutto già si sa, tutto già si sa, tutto già si sa,
The good news is, so the wonderful Donald Palumbo told me about your rehearsal, and he said, you know, don't worry, I pushed them quite fast at the end. Good news is, he did, and I won't ask you for faster. Actually, if anything, maybe the first part of the Allegro of the C major at the end should be just a little bit more held. Because what's, I thought I knew you. Michael, hi Michael. Wonderful playing. You know, there's much more notes than what actually in the piano there is, you know. So it's not playable, the piano actually. Well, you did this was great. But I mean, also the tam, bim, bam, 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 bim, bam, bam, bam. You have these triplets of the strings. That is what should indicate the tempo for this, actually. If it's as fast as we now does it, it's just not playable. I mean, even by the Met Orchestra, it's barely playable. So imagine elsewhere. So but before we get to this, let's rewind a little bit. This unit, beautiful. I mean, everyone, beautiful singing. This unit here feels a little, yeah, I see your hands. It feels, I mean, not that you have to do anything. The whole thing about today is to suggest vocally your intentions, but it feels a little bit this way. It feels like you don't really know your role. No, you know your roles, but you don't really know how to intervene in all of this. at the very beginning, the Protegga. This, you should be almost praying, but you should have so much more fire inside, like a Venga. Wow! Elvira she has only one thing in mind, you know, and she... Hey, wonderful. It's great. I mean, I'm almost asking you for them, but I wouldn't. So, okay, swiftly. Let's do so. It needs to have just a little bit more life. Protegga, giusto. This kind of, it's not calm, you know? Of course, in the context of the finale, it's our central moment where people, but let's try to phrase it a little bit more, and that will allow you to probably give a little bit more energy. So, from the top, so, yeah, that was subtle, that was wonderful. Pa-pam, pa-pam. Just a hair of stylistic, yeah, a little faster. So, so I know it's very subtle, and you sound so great. But there's one thing subtly that you do, and now I need to learn. You have so many people. So Megan, right? So Megan, you do Protegga. You sort of milk a little bit those 16s, and that actually gets a little bit in the way of the phrasing. Right?
Sure.
Yeah. So one more time, Michael. So, So this is beautiful. It's just a little bit more. There's two things I want to say to, oh, yes, I know you, of course. Catherine, hi. I know you from last year. That's a cozy we did. Yeah. Okay, so the vengo, you have this vendichi il giusto cielo, vendichi il giusto. It feels like you want to stay to piano. Maybe go with piano is fine, but vendichi and in mio tradi. You can fill it with this kind of intention instead of do. It's a little too pretty.
Okay.
I want to hear the red shoes. We just want to hear the red shoes. That's the thing. And cor prote, because you don't breathe, which, thank you. A conductor will always be very grateful for prote. It's really, there's so many ways to avoid that, so you did brilliant. But more direction in it, I think.
Okay.
Unless you really want to make something completely, you don't know what's happening. But I would just not slow down in that.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's start from Protegga. You know where? Okay. Okay. So it's the V. Yeah. So. Good. Good.
benedici il giusto cielo, giusto cielo mio tradito, tradito
It's lovely, lovely. Aren't they sounding great? I mean, they're so good. And just be careful here, Catherine, not to have the red shoes become bigger.
Okay.
Like, you know, because you do vendi, chi vendi, da da. It's really inside. Vendi, da, 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 da. And one little thing I noticed is the same thing as the beginning. Why do I all of a sudden forget your name? Megan. Megan. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Do you ta ya da di da 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 da? That's good. But now you do ta ya da di da da. Yeah. And then it's your colleagues have to have their lungs like. So let's just do the last vendi chi vendi da da. You see this? So one. No, the first one. Don't worry. So more. Let's continue now. Now wait a little bit here, Michael. Yeah, do you have a sforzato there? Yeah, that's why. Yeah. It's sort of a pre-announcement of what's about to happen, or it's more Elvira. So just the last part. And now take.
Riposate, vezzose, ragazze, rinfrescatevi bei giovinotti, prendete tavole sulle pazze.
Yeah. Okay, so I would like to hear. Yeah, exactly. Who's the boss? Don Giovanni? Oh, okay. That was too easy for him. Okay. No, but in a way, you don't have in ensembles to necessarily find one boss. But know that however the clarity of the words individually you want to have, the most important thing for us is that it sounds together. So just stay close, and you're close, but stay close here. I think that's John. So I would like to hear you just without the piano. Just from yeah. Tornera. Yeah, tornerete. So one. Okay, so without me, just start it. Okay, so you obviously don't pronounce it the same way. We uncovered a little thing here. Okay, so that's good. But you know, these details matter in that kind of thing. Tornerete. I think one of you is doing too long tornerete, and that throws, right? Tornerete. Okay, try it again. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so good. Let's try it now with piano. Just three bars before Don Giovanni. And when you seem a little, you arrive with this body language, and then you look at me like a little like. Okay.
Sure.
No, it goes like you own the stage,
Totally.
not me. Okay, so yam pam pam, just 3 bars. Yam papi da 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 eh.
Riposate, vezzose, ragazze, rinfrescatevi bei giovinotti, tornerete presso le pazze, tornerete a scherzare e ballare,
Hey.
Cioccolata, zerlina, giudizio.
Okay, so I'm not sure that works. Just because you want to make it more different in the mood. Now, if I look at you, I understand the mood. If I listen to you, I think you're in the same party mode, right? So, hey, caffè, cioccolato, Zerlina, giudizio, Zerlina, or something more in the or the, but not Zerlina. It's a little too neutral.
Right.
Okay? But, okay, so let's try this. Hey, caffè. So, pum, da 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 da.
Ehi, caffè, cioccolata, Zerlina, giudizio.
Okay, great, great, great. Now you went out of the pitch for it.
Right.
You don't need to. Trust your pitch. We hear your voice is great. Zerlina, but not Zerlina, right? Not parlando like this. Last time. So, pum, pa da da da.
Ehi, caffè, cioccolata, Zerlina, giudizio.
Good.
Sorbetti, confetti, Zerlina, giudizio. Troppo dolce comincia la scena, in amaro potria terminarsi, in amaro potria terminar.
Good. And you have a lovely voice. I mean, did we meet last year? Yes, I remember. I remember now. You were... So you're stuck together. Is that it? Okay, that's wonderful. So let me see now. Onadek. It's beautiful. Oui, vous parlez français aussi. Oui, ok, je me souviens. Bon, your voice is really resonant in this, and I love it. So you have to hold it. I've been saying this since the beginning of the class. So just hold your color longer. Make one statement just for that until the C, that you are a parte. And you have to pretend that if you sing too loud, they will hear you. Of course, we all know that's not the case. But so to keep it more inside somehow. So, right from this troppo dolce, well, your second Zerlina, giudizio. So, and, you know where, Michael? So, and one. Zerlina, giudizio. But that was the right color. I mean, you did it, okay? Okay. Now, support your girl, Mazzetto. Okay, good. Zerlina, giudizio, Keep it. Good. Good. So Onadek, I love the way you sing in this, but it's a little. It's maybe not scherzando enough about this. Think of how these finales are influence Rossini after, with more the. You have to hold it back in order to just draw us in your really precise characters. So these guys, and not too much piano and all of this, like just be one a bit front color like this, obnoxious, and you have to follow that. And then, okay, so we were almost there. C'est pour vaga, is that good? 3:17. So,
C'est pour vaga brillante Zerlina.
Suave.
La briccona fa festa, se per fare già nota Sandrina. Tocca pur di cara la testa. Quella sento mi par stralunato.
Good.
La briccona bisogna al cervello adoprare. Tocca pur di cara la testa. Quella sento mi par stralunato. E bisogna al cervello adoprare. Tocca sento mi par stralunato. E bisogna al cervello adoprare.
Now, pianissimo. And good, but just one of you is holding. Qui bisogna cervello adognar. Is he the master or the servant? It's me. He'll say this the whole time. Oh, it must be. The master is never wrong. Like the maestro. Okay, good. Okay, so that was very good though. Pa, 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 pa. You can trust it completely in this color. Well, maybe we don't need. Let's move on because otherwise we won't have time to cover everything. Venite pur avanti, so C major. M pam pi dam pa dam jam.
Venite pur avanti, vezzose mascherette.
Good.
È aperto a tutti quanti, viva la libertà. Siamo grati a tanti segni di generosità.
So here is maybe the opportunity to be like you are, like yeah, da, 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 and be so exaggerate the stillness of it. Yeah, da, 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 of course, like oh, damn it. Okay, so good. Viva la libertà. E aperto. Let's have just from Don Giovanni. E aperto. E aperto
a tutti quanti, viva la libertà. Siamo grati a tanti segni di generosità,
Now,
è aperto a
good, yeah.
siamo grati a tutti quanti segni di generosità.
Not enough contrast.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have more contrast. Maybe because the Siam Grati, it's still forte, this one because of the orchestra is, but it should be a different forte than him. Like, well, let's go, yeah. Siam Grati. Okay, let's make more contrast always with the dynamics of the orchestra. It's very successful to do this. So, e aperto a tutti. So,
È aperto a tutti, siamo grati a tutti quanti segni di generosità. Viva la libertà. Viva la libertà.
Okay, so here is always a question here. What do we do with that tie? Because we don't want to do ta, la, libertà, la. Nevertheless, I think there should be a little space. Otherwise, it's not clear enough. You know, it's a little bit so, viva la and try not to double it.
Okay.
Viva la libertà. And keep your less so that we have the others without having to shout. Well, you didn't. But you know what I mean? It's just viva la libertà. Even more piano this and grow into it and a little space. That's all decisions very important to make, otherwise it sounds. Okay, dum pum from the forte. Yum pum. It's my fault. Wrong cue. Sorry, it's my fault. No, it's my hand. It's not me. So, dim pum.
Viva la libertà.
Good.
Viva la libertà. La libertà. Viva, viva la libertà. Viva, viva la libertà. La libertà, la libertà. Ricominciate il suono. Tua coppia ai ballerini.
Okay, so here, this is a tricky moment. We have to make decisions together. And I think you're close to the decision I would make. So can I share it with you?
On the beat?
No, but it's, I think, what?
I didn't. Should the ricominciate be on the beat?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Then the other decision that we're also going to make.
More important for me as a conductor to bring that famous pas de minuetto is tua coppia e balleri, right? It's built in that so these 16th notes equal the 8 notes. So we don't want to go too fast. And I'm gonna, full disclaimer, if you listen to my recording of this, it's not well done. I was young, right? So I think I have a better solution now. So, yam pa bam pam, ricominciate il suon, pa 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 pam, tua coppia ballerini. See, it's a little more organic, which is one of my favorite words. As a Philadelphia orchestra, I say organic all the time, and they say, yeah, we see like carrots and things growing. So la libertà, la yam pa bam,
Ricominciate il suono,
pa pa pa.
tua coppia ai ballerini.
Bravo. How much time we have? Good. Love this. Very powdered.
Bravi via ballare.
Okay. It's good. It's either you go for even more exaggerated, or you hold it. I just say, I think it's a bit, mori. I mean, it's Tosca next door or something. You see, or with a portamento, very, something like this. Okay. So right when you start again, Michael, da bravi. Okay.
Bravi via ballare.
Yeah.
Va bene in verità. Va bene in verità.
So yeah, without going too much in the language here, va bene. You can do the three difference, you know. So some could be more long in the va bene, but yeah, that would vary it a little bit. In any case, don't give it too much. Never, you shouldn't sound normal, okay?
Right.
And you guys at this moment should be less obnoxious, right? Okay. So that was Moro. This was very good. So simulate. I don't know. You made me laugh because you were like, simulate. You were really nervous. That's perfect. So let's do yam pa 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 pi ba bam. You know where when it's the second part? Yes. Ti da ta 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 ta.
Va bene in verità. Va bene in verità.
Good.
Ad accenna setto. Non dare poveretto tuo compagno solo. Ma se caro, facciamo pur fa. No, ballar non voglio, e ballare Dio. No, sì,
Nice.
caro bazzetto, ballare non voglio, e ballare mio, facciam quel ch'altri fa. C'è una ruina riconosce stesso e l'ancio se ne va.
Good. And now, Okay. So sorry to that was good. Good entrance. It's always a difficult one. This one. Okay. Now I hear the urgency in your socco, but then it stops. So soccorriamo la da da da. Soccorriamo la ba bam. We need to keep that rhythm so that we really believe that there's something like you know. Okay. So gente, just from there. Gente. Okay. Ecco il birbo. Yeah. Téte, yeah.
Ecco il birbo.
Good.
Téte offesa. Ma da me la pena avrà. La pena avrà. Ridi qualcosa fate. Ridi qualcosa fate. Ridi qualcosa fate. Non sperate, non sperate.
Say. Yeah. Yeah, so you don't have another sforzato piano. Right? It's only one. Okay. I mean, it's important just because if you do a second one, what happens? John. Hi, John. Hi, John. No, lovely voice, but I mean, it's just, you know, l'empiosim con tal fredde di nascondere pietà, to keep again this secret. The relentless, you know, the previous minuetto, anyway, we could also, depending on the action, vary even more the dynamics with this, but it's fine, you know, as long as you don't sing it too broad or too, that the note values are not spilling over the others, then it's clear and it's great. But in this moment when you're in the trio, let's hold it. This is your role, all the three. You're this unit, basically. Okay, so l'empio, right from the John's, l'empio, and yeah. So, what is your mood here on a deck? Yeah?
I'm angry.
Yeah. So now you sound, yeah, you sure are. Yeah, nobody's nice to you, right? They're all, so,
Yeah.
tu, do, ja, pam, pam. Because now you give us tu, do, ja, which sounds a little not so angry, right?
Okay.
Yes, it's,
Yeah.
you have the impression that you are either catching your breath or a total different thing you could like do to him or to him, but something,
Okay.
right? Okay. Okay, a suggestion. You have no rest in the tutto, the first. So do tutto, tutto, instead of tutto, right? So it's the opposite. It's like pa da da pa pam, and that will help the length of this. Good, good. And even and a bit ta. So be careful, one thing, this is wonderful. Be careful the tutto not to become German. Like tu, or tu. It's not, it's more like tutto. It's ta, ta. It's more in the preparation than the actual consonants. Okay? So let's try one more time this. Everyone now should try what Onadek did. Tu, to, tu, to. And you also did tu, to, tu, tu, to, tu. And then tu, to, tu, to, just tu, to, tu. Right? Of course, it's tu, to. There's a double T, but still in the lengths we can work with this. Okay. Yapapapapam. Yeah. Good. Nice. Prepare it. Good. Pam, padam, So I was not in sight with my orchestra, so it's okay. Now, not more than this. Otherwise, we feel. So let's, and now, trema, trema, one bow, one la, and with a good tre before. Tram, 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 pam, padam. Okay, it was a good one, but it was very long. Okay. So, tre, right. No, don't worry. It was a trema. That's good. So, Thank you, Michael. Before we've concluded, yeah, that was pretty good. However, please don't applaud yet. Because now I think you can even go more. I still didn't remember yours. I mean, you're Dominic. Yeah, hi, Dominic. So, non mi perdo, even more, be back, leave the audience with the Don Giovanni.
Right.
You know, so back with something not too angry and just pretending again that this is all like, okay, yeah. We should just so more legato. And then in the più stretto, you do it because you react to my gestures, but it should be even more integrated. That what we want to see is this pa da da pa da da pa da da pa da da. So with more these syncopations and then back off. And only you don't have syncopations. Sorry. That's good, yeah, but that's good. Then John will just, we talk about how Ottavio is an interesting character, more than we think. So that makes it one more thing. And then the last cadra. Please don't, because there's nothing worse. Yeah, everything is tight, and then all that you've created for half an hour is a bit destroyed by that last one. No, I exaggerate, but you know, so let's do from the first man on mankind may. You know this, so in one man. Il so vai che ripeta, il so vai che ripeta, il so vai che Empire! Yeah! That's fabulous! Wonderful, 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 wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And you could do it. I mean, this is the kind of thing, you know, this is why we like to rehearse musically too, in operas. And it's not about values of notes and all of this, which, I mean, obviously you all knew, but I think to be able to really match who has, you know, what should come out, but also not only in terms of balance, but in terms of really go even more in the character with this. And then, when you have the same words, to really match to the hair, like my hair, not your hair, this kind of hair, to really be, this makes such a huge difference. But you are so incredibly talented. So I'm really impressed and very happy, and I hope you had a good time, as I did. You know,
Nous avons en tête une fête. Elle est admirable, ma chère. Mais nous avons besoin de vous. Nous avons besoin de vous. De vous. De vous. Vous avez besoin de nous. Vous avez besoin de nous. Alléluia. Nous aimons et vous respectueusement. Quand il s'agit de tromperie, de délire, de volerie, il est toujours seulement vrai d'amener les femmes avec soi. Et sans elle, mais tout de belle ne fait jamais rien de bien. Sans nous, jamais de bien, sans nous, jamais rien de bien. Ne rêvons pas de cette vie, si belle je suis de cette vie. Ne rêvons pas de cette vie, si belle je suis de cette vie. Si belle moi je suis de cette vie. Quand il s'agit de tromperie, de délire, il est toujours seulement vrai d'amener les femmes avec soi. Et sans elle, mais tout de belle ne fait jamais rien de bien. Et sans elle, mais tout de belle ne fait jamais rien de bien. Mais quand il s'agit de tromperie, de délire, de volerie, il est toujours seulement vrai d'amener les femmes avec soi. Et c'est mauvais, c'est mauvais, il est toujours ne prenez pas avec soi. C'est dit alors, vous partirez. Quand vous voudrez, quand vous voudrez. Et tout de suite. Oh, permettez, s'il vous plaît, de partir. Mais je ne fais pas de voyage. Je ne pars pas. Mais mon amour, tu viendras. Il n'aura pas le courage de nous laisser dans la marche. Mais pour moi, il y a les jours calmés. Tu m'as dit la raison. Je le dirai certainement. Voyons. La raison, c'est qu'en ce moment. Eh bien, je suis amoureuse. Voyons, Carmen, sois sérieuse. Amoureuse apaisera l'esprit. La chose certes nous étonne, mais ce n'est pas le premier jour où vous quand il s'agit de tromper rire, de voler rire, il est toujours non seulement fort, comme les femmes avec soi. Et son seul vêtu de bellon ne fait jamais rien de bien. Et son seul vêtu de bellon ne fait jamais rien de bien. Et quand il s'agit de tromper rire, de voler rire, il est toujours non seulement fort, comme les femmes avec soi. Oui, seulement fort, seulement fort, seulement fort, il est toujours fort. Les femmes avec soi, toujours les femmes avec soi.
Great, great, very nice job. A few ideas. I think there is more to do with it, as we all know. And this is a number that is almost like a cabaret number. So it needs to have that fun quality of the performer doing it. At the same time, you are the character with something which is very important, trying to convince those ladies to come with us to do the job you want them to do. So, but that layer of you, various individuals having fun playing this, the kind of connivence you have with the audience and among yourself is very, very important. So there is a notion of really playing a game which is very virtuous that needs to be there. And you are not doing all what's written in the score, which is a pity because even if you don't understand it, if you would do it, it would get you results that would be more effective. And there is one big problem in the beginning. It is that you are both slower than the tempo of the piano, and I think he's right to push you to that tempo. So, and I'm sure if he would slow down, you would slow down even more. And that has to do with the way you don't answer enough to each other, and the way maybe also, I'm maybe going to conduct this one a little, the way, yes, you don't answer to each other, you don't listen to each other. So there is something like a response of things that would make this work much, much better. Let's take, can you see me? Yeah. Let's take this from the start. Okay.
Nous avons en tête une fête.
Needs to have this. Okay. What is it about? I need to have a point of view that's stronger than this. And you're breathing late. That's one of the disease of singing. You breathe late, then you have like, you're going to be late.
Nous avons en tête une fête. Elle est admirable, ma chère. Mais nous avons besoin de vous, et nous avons besoin de vous. De vous, de vous, de vous, de vous, de vous, de vous. Vous avez besoin de nous. De vous, de vous, de vous, de vous, de vous. Vous avez besoin de nous.
Great. So, very nice. De nous, de vous. I would say it needs to sound, it needs to resonate, but it needs to be a little sharper rhythmically. Like really an ensemble that has like really very, very nicely put together. And quoi vous avez besoin de nous? All of a sudden, this should be stronger. Okay. When you do the contrast there, elle est admirable ma chère, mais nous avons besoin de vous. That's where you're losing time. So I like the idea of the contrast, of course, and the change of color, but you're being late.
Nous avons en tête une fête.
You're late.
Nous avons en tête une fête.
Okay, no, you're right, but make it like a question. And make it like your question is more interesting than her question. Although you're asking exactly the same thing. Okay?
Nous avons en tête une fête. Elle est admirable, ma chère. Mais nous avons besoin de vous, et nous avons besoin de vous. De vous, de vous, de vous, de vous, de vous. Vous avez besoin de nous. De vous, de vous, de vous, de vous. Vous avez besoin de nous.
very good. More rhythmical there. That was better. Canulavu. You have a portando there. It's very rare in French music to have a portando. Here he writes it with the legato sign, and he writes portando la voce. So it's like, oh, we please do this. And so don't try to make this all of a sudden beautiful and pretty. It needs to have that portando quality. The problem with that kind of pieces is that you cannot start anywhere but at the beginning. And
Nous avons sur téte est admirable, ma chère, mais nous avons besoin de vous, oui, nous avons besoin de vous, de vous, de vous, de vous, de vous, de vous. Vous avez besoin de nous, de vous, de vous, de vous, de vous, de vous. Vous avez besoin de nous, car nous l'avons simplement, et vous respectez.
good. So that's good. And that's getting a little more interesting. But it's also the idea, and I need you. You know? And now you can, before we did not understand this, and so we were not going anywhere with that. Huh? Should. Do we have to start at the beginning? Probably not. Can we start right on car nous l'avons humblement? That's going to be tough. Let's try to do that. So 1,
Car nous l'avons et vous respectez, oui, l'avons
so those accents need to be energized. And that has to do with, I don't want to say jazzy because it's obviously out of context, but there is this kind of propulsion, and it's the same thing as the accent before. And it could be also, you are going to say yes, aren't you going to say yes? So there is that tension and release there. Maybe it's aggression, maybe it's seduction, maybe it's a little of the two. Car nous l'avons. And 1.
Car nous l'avons simplement, et vous respectez, oui, l'avons simplement. Quand il s'agit de tromperie, de périr, et vous le dire, il est toujours sur la voie.
So here, leggerissimo, try to have as soft as possible and as more text as possible, and still enjoy what you're doing. Yeah? Because you're getting, just still enjoy it. Your pleasure there in that scene is going to be the pleasure of the audience, huh? And the feeling like, oh my God, this is really crisp. Huh? Car nous l'avons humblement, right on it. Huh? Just try even more portando. Exaggerate the portando for now. Make it like too much, okay? And 1.
Car nous l'avons simplement, et vous respectez, oui, l'avons simplement. Quand il s'agit de tromperie, de périr, de volerie, il est toujours sur la voie, comme les femmes avec soi, et celle est toute belle, ne fait jamais rien de bien.
Huge crescendo here, huh? It's written, and then it goes back. I am telling you a secret. You have to do this. And then, what? You are telling us that. So we need to have this. Huh? Quand il s'agit de tromperie, the first one, when you're together. Pam, pam, pam.
Quand il s'agit de tromperie, de périr, de volerie, il est toujours sur la voie, comme les femmes avec soi, et celle est toute belle, ne fait jamais rien de bien.
So we're having rhythmical issues there. Tam, ta, tam, ta, tam, ta, 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 ta. That needs to stay there. Now, we need to give a meaning to the crescendo. The meaning to crescendo could be being impatient, for instance, and the meaning to your question, okay, what are you talking about? Huh? Okay, so it needs to have a purpose. Otherwise we're off. And let's try to be very steady in this passage where we arrive. Quand il s'agit de tromperie, but have fun with it. Huh? Yeah.
Quand il s'agit de tromperie, de périr, de volerie, il est toujours sur la voie, comme les femmes avec soi, et celle est toute belle, ne fait jamais rien de bien. Jamais rien de bien, jamais rien de bien. Ne te pas de cette vie, c'est vrai, je suis de cette vie. Ne te pas de cette vie, c'est vrai, je suis de cette vie. C'est vrai, moi je suis de cette vie. Quand il s'agit de volerie, il est toujours sur la voie, comme les femmes.
More text. And that little passage where you go up there, you need to take over a little more, like you're trying to upstage everybody again. Huh? Let's take this from let's take this from the same spot and we go much further. So it's not working because you're not trusting enough the text. Huh? So and then you're trying to sing soft. Actually, it could be almost a little more, almost sulfiato, but with some more articulation into it. Trust that, huh? And you're getting a little wooden and scared by this. Shall we take it from? Il est toujours bon sur ma foi d'avoir les femmes avec soi, et sans elles, elle est toute belle. And. Yes. Yeah. You always repeat what she says, but you say it better. Huh? So we're getting there. Huh? We're getting there. It's a little wooden, but we're getting there. Let's start from C'est dit alors.
C'est dit alors, vous partirez quand vous voudrez, quand vous voudrez. Et tout de suite, permettez, s'il vous plaît de partir, partez. Mais je ne sais pas de voyage, je ne pars pas, je ne pars pas. Mais mon amour tu viendras, et tu n'auras pas le courage de nous laisser dans la barre.
Give her time. She's taking je ne pars pas, and take more time on each of these je ne pars pas, je ne pars pas. Huh? Okay, so we consciously do a meno mosso there, and you stop things. Either we go through or we don't, but here we are not together. Huh? Guys, car mais mon amour tu viens. So je ne pars pas. She's like really very vertical, and she's trying to stop everything, and you are being those big violin, yeah, exactly. So trying gypsy, trying to really seduce with your long bows there. C'est dit alors vous partirez. Mais quand vous voudrez, do it louder, do it stronger, and try to upstage her more. Quand vous voudrez, just go in front of her. Huh?
C'est dit alors vous partirez quand vous voudrez, quand vous voudrez. Permettez, s'il vous plaît de partir, partez. Mais je ne sais pas de voyage, je ne pars pas, je ne pars pas. Mais mon amour tu viendras, et tu n'auras pas le courage de nous laisser dans la barre. Permettez, tu viendras. Et au moins, il y a des gens calmes, tu me diras. La raison. Je le dirai certainement. Voyons. La raison c'est comme ça.
So all the voyons are written piano. So of course it depends where you sing. In this room you can sing really piano. But okay,
Yeah.
let's see. What is this about?
Yeah.
Going to tell us? So otherwise, if you are in the middle of the road, there is no impact. And then la voyons doesn't make any sense. You are 5 heads saying, or 4 heads saying the same thing in a different way. And this voyons has a little somehow interrogation mark. Huh? Great. But of course, you feel you are the one who is saying it in the most interesting way. Huh? So always, one important thing, don't go out of character when they are singing. Huh? So just keep that thought. It's going to help you come back with the right intensity and in the right place. You are still not doing the crescendo. De nous laisser dans l'embarras. Huh? So it's that violin all of a sudden is giving a thing. C'est dit, alors, let's start again there.
C'est dit, alors, vous partirez. Quand vous voudrez, tout de suite. Permettez, s'il vous plaît, de partir. Mais je ne sais pas de voyage. Je ne pars pas. Mais mon amour viendra, et tu n'auras pas le courage de nous laisser dans la balade. Et au moins, la raison calme, tu la diras. La raison. Je la dirai certainement. Voyons. La raison, c'est qu'en ce moment. Eh bien.
That silence, that was very good, guys. That was very nice. Except the "eh bien" is not together. So either you look, you need to feel together. Eh bien, je suis amoureuse. So this is all prepared for this, the beauty of that "je suis amoureuse," which is very sincere. Huh? So take your time there, and the conductor will have to wait for you. La raison c'est qu'en ce moment. Can we try to start just there? La raison c'est qu'en ce moment.
La raison, c'est qu'en ce moment. Eh bien. Je suis sois sérieuse.
I would not breathe before l'esprit, huh? But you still are not taking advantage of that time he's giving you before je suis amoureuse. Don't be afraid of this, the silence. And it goes also for, eh bien, I need to hear the question mark there a little more from both of you. That's going to help. And you can do more with this je suis amoureuse. You have a stunning voice. Just feel it more. And it's written molto ritenuto, actually. Huh? So you can work on it a little. I mean, let it blossom a little more. La raison c'est qu'en ce moment, hein? The silence was great. You know why he cannot put it together? No, it's not because he doesn't see you. It's because we don't have this. Yes, you kind of je. You know, so that the way you inhibit the silence is important, and then the way you go to the next idea, which is a change in the whole scene. We need to feel that breathing into it. Huh? Same spot. Ask the eh bien to her. That's going to be easier. Huh? This is a no-no in our business.
Yeah.
Nobody falls in love.
Yeah.
So, Catalodi. You know, so it needs to have, what? Yeah. You know, I had an affair with another guy. I stole all your shoes. You know, I put pepper in your soup or whatever. But you are in love?
Right.
So, shocked.
Yeah.
This is scandalous. Huh? So, this is comedy in that moment. This is pure comedy. So you will never do enough. Huh?
Yeah.
That was good. Let's go from je suis amoureuse.
Je
That was great. That was great. Very nice. Qu'a-t-elle dit? Text. Yeah, we need to have a little more. And the way you did amoureuse with the crescendo was great, but then it's not because you have a diminuendo that you drop the energy. Huh? On the contrary, it feels good to say this. Huh? Instead of, wow, I had a nice crescendo and I'm done. And it's your turn. So you make it more difficult for them, and you're not getting the credit, and you're not presenting the bill for all the work you have done before. You understand what I mean? So you need to hold it with the energy till the end, even though there is the diminuendo. More articulation, ladies. Hein? As strong as elle dit qu'elle est amoureuse, which is a little unfortunate, but we need to have that energy in the words. You're just under energy there, just a little more. Je suis amoureuse, and I need to feel on this long reuse, a whole image of the things you like to do when you are in love. Huh? Not just don't drop the intensity. Je. So you're doing it, but you're half doing it. Hein? Le devoir et l'amour. Hein? Forte, militario, and piano dolce amoroso. Hein? So we need to have that contrast. And then lascio, yeah, there is a portamento there, huh? Definitely. And it needs to be a little more rhythmic. Lascio, okay, you just said it. That's this, like, okay, I get it. Le devoir. But let's make this work. Come on, let's make this work. So this is holding and then giving. Just that little passage. That's great. Go a little further. I mean, and it's fine. You have different personality, but you need to go as far in the intention there. And I know you can because you have done it. You're trying to show us that I am in love. Be a little more sincere about it. And because they are in a comedy, but you are in something that's going to be a tragedy, and we know how it finishes. So there is something a little, of course you're playing with them, but you're still within your train of thoughts and exactly what you're doing there. So now you're being a little artificial. On the contrary, they can be as artificial as they want, because that's the character, playing a character and so on and so on. But you should be a little more sincere. Huh? La chose, again, the same spots.
Le devoir et l'amour. jamais rien de bien. Jamais rien de bien. Toujours